So what we got here, it's a DeLonghi Pinguino. It's actually a nice, that's the model number, PACAN 125HPEK. It's actually a good machine, but this one does not want to power on. So I tried the test and the reset, but when you go and press the power, it's totally dark, so it doesn't do anything. There's no power to it. First thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna see if there's something wrong with the plug itself. So I'm gonna open it up and test with the meter inside the machine, make sure the power goes to it. Alright, I'm gonna pause the video and continue it later. Right now I'm gonna take it apart. Okay, so we got 6 screws, 2, 4, and then there's 2 at the very bottom over there. I don't know if you can see them, but anyway, I'm gonna take those screws off. It's a little dirty. I'm gonna clean it up as well. So I'm gonna take the screws off and take this back panel off. Also, there is a screw inside there that you need to take out, and the handle needs to come out. And also a screw on the bottom right there. I don't know if you can see it, but there is a screw. Let me turn the light off. There, it's just reflecting so you can't see, but there's a hole right there, right underneath these vents over there, and there's a screw in there as well. Same thing on the other side. So there's 2 more screws on each side that needs to come out. Okay, as you see, this is the first time I take this apart. I never had one of these. So but as you can see, let me see. So no, that makes it worse. Try to zoom it in, but anyway, there is more screws to be taken out once you take the handle off. So 3 more screws on each side. I guess you find screws as you goes. But anyway, if you're watching this video, you now know where the screws are. I'm just finding out as it goes. So as I'm taking it apart, I'm finding where the screws are. But anyway, let's get moving and take the cover off, and we'll see if there's power coming in. It's open, however, it doesn't appear that the power runs to the back. I mean, it comes in from the back, so I'm gonna have to open the front panel as well. I already took out a couple of screws. You take out those other 3 screws over here and take those handle holder over there. But anyway, I don't want to bore you with how to take screws out. Let me take the rest of the front off, and then we'll see where the power goes. Alright, so basically you have to be careful. You want to take out this interface before you try to yank the panel back out. Okay, so that's for the digital display up there. So you take this off, and now you can see where the cable is going. Actually, it goes for a big loop. It goes from the back underneath the motor, comes up, and it goes inside this part over here. So we need to take those screws off over here, and we can take this cover off, and that's where the power is gonna be, hopefully, unless I have to take more stuff out. Okay, so here's our power. This is the phase, and this is your return, your negative, and these are the grounding. Okay, so grounds to this plate over here, and grounds other places. Then you ground, so your ground come in to this cable over here, the green, and then feeds off to these other ground cables over here for the rest of the machine. But anyway, we're gonna take these 2 pieces off, unhook them. We're gonna put our test meter in it. So basically, we're gonna plug the cable and check if we get power over here. If we don't get power over here, then there's nothing wrong with the machine, something wrong with the cable. If we get power over there, then we got more troubleshooting to do, you know, because you know, it's not powering up. It's not even giving an error. It's just not powering up at all. It's totally black. So let's get working. Maybe there's a fuse or something. But anyway, let's test it with our meter. Okay, so we got our leads inserted, and we got the multimeter set to alternating current 200. So we are at 125 in the United States. So it's on, as you see. So now we're gonna plug in the plug, and we're gonna fry our test meter. Just kidding. But let's see what happens when you plug it in. Energize. Okay, I'm gonna press the test. Does nothing. Press the reset. It does nothing. So basically, right now we got a bad power cord. So let me see if I can take this power cord. This power cord does those special. Let me show you for a second. I pause it for a second and pick it back up. 1 second. Okay, so I don't know if you can see clearly in there. Let me put the light on the phone. That's the time that you want some light in there. Okay, you see those are the tamper-proof screws. So I'm gonna have to get those screws out. And these ones are just regular Phillips. So there may be a fuse inside here. I'm not 100% sure, but I'll find out when I open it. So as you can see now, to open the plug, I got myself, you know, the tamper-proof tool. Then it's necessary to open the screw on that plug. Okay, this is basically factory screws, so you don't open it yourself when you take it to one of their repair shop. Obviously that's how they make the money, but this is not illegal. They sell them at the store, so you can do it your own. I'm gonna open the plug and then see what's going on inside. It may be just a fuse, then it's blown, or may just need to replace this thing over here. So I don't know, I never opened one of these. So let's open it up, see if there's just a fuse, or I'm just gonna change this part over here. Okay, well, once you open these, there's a trip mechanism over here. The springs and the stuff over here. Where is it? That's the button, the spring, and the pin. Then it's loaded inside there and goes inside this hole over here. What does when you reset it, it pulls the bottom part of the contacts up. Now the left side is fine, but the right side is sticking a little bit higher, as you see. But then taking a closer look now at the plug is, it looks like this one overheated somehow, and it burnt over there, it melted down, so this part went up. I don't know if it's a good idea to try to push it down. I mean, it's already, obviously that's not supposed to happen like that. I think I'm just gonna get a new one of these plugs. Yeah, once you melt it, this is not gonna be the same. Even if I warm it up and put it back out, I doubt it will serve the same purpose. I mean, I can give it a shot, see if I can just pull it down and make it work again, but my take is when the plug burns, you don't want to reuse it. So I'm just gonna go to the parts store and just get a new one. Probably not that expensive. Anyway, doesn't have to come with a trip wire anyway. That's just a safety. Your house should already come with a breaker, so you don't have to use a plug with a breaker if your house is fairly safe already. Okay, let me try that. Okay, so pulling it with the plier did not work. You see it's still way shorter. So I try, I wanna screw it up. Just use a small little needle nose pliers. What I'm gonna do next, I'm gonna warm it up with a soldering iron, just enough so I'm able to move it forward, and then let it cool off and see if it stays. That's just one way you can do this. Obviously that moved when it was melting over there. So now that it's solidified again, it's stuck on that position. So let me try that and see if that works. Okay, so looks like it may be good now. I applied some heat and was able to push him close enough to where it's supposed to be. So I'm gonna put the guts back together inside here, if I remember how they go, because they just popped out on their own when I opened this part. So hopefully I'll put it back together the correct way and this will work again. Let's see. Okay, I put all the guts together. This basically now, I don't know if you can see it, but there's that little white lever on the back over there is connected to this one. Basically there's a spring load over here, keeps this white lever up, and that white lever, put some light, that white lever leaves those two contacts on the bottom, right there and right there, and basically makes continuity for the phase and the common cables. So that technically should work. That relay in the middle basically should test. What that does, it's basically a magnet. This has two contacts on each side of the spring, and when pressed down, it shorts up these two contacts over here and causes the magnet to push out that rolling pin that was there. What that does, it pushes this out far enough for this thing, the white one, to drop down and disconnect the power. So, and then pressing this back down with some force should connect those back up. Anyway, so let me put the plug together, put my meter, and see if that works. Okay, so we got the meter plugged in. It's at 0 right now. Leads are plugged in on a phase, white phase, and black neutral, common. It's not negative and positive like in direct current. This is alternate current, so you got the white is called the phase, and the black, I believe, is called neutral or common. Anyway, so right now it's on 0. Got a plug plugged in. Gonna turn on the breaker and see what happens. Look at that, 120. We fixed it, so that's what it's supposed to do. Alright, so plug is fixed. Don't know if it's gonna last. I mean, it was burnt and melt, so I just melted it again and straightened it back up. But technically should work. This machine had a lot of dirt. All those these two radiators were full completely with dirt. I opened these, and as well I washed the fan blade over here, because that's what brings the air out. That's what you're going to be breathing. So this whole thing, as you see, is nice and clean. I took it all apart. Didn't show a video for that because I mean it's screws. Just take the screws out and wash that. That's not part of repairing. It's just the motor also looks nice and new. Didn't have to clean it up or anything like that. It spins nice, so it's not locked. And I don't know, the radiator in the front, it was completely plugged up. Still have to clean this filter over here. As you see, it's plugged up as well. Okay, but you know, my take is once I plug everything back in, this machine will work. I think the main issues of this machine was poor maintenance. It was way too dirty. It just needed to be cleaned up. It just overheated basically. Alright, let me put it together and see if it works. Okay, so I got everything mounted. Everything's together. It's time to test it. So let me put the power back on over here. Alright, it's doing something over here. We got a screen. Let me take the light off. Okay, so I'm gonna press the power. 1, 2, 3, go. And it's working. The thing is working. So all it was just a bad plug, and we got it fixed. So there you go. This is how you fix DeLonghi pack AN125H pack. But I believe any of these machines you can fix it that way. So here's just an example. I mean, it's a power cord. It's not really done anything particularly to the machine. So, but anyway, the repair was a success. If you like this, click on like and subscribe. Help me out. Thank you. Bye.